that corner, but Josh Allen is just making these detonation plays. What's the plan for the Chiefs? I mean, how do you think they're going to try to defend a quarterback unlike any other in the NFL?
It's going to be fascinating. I was just talking about this with Seth, so I'll steal one of his little notes and talking about all the different blitz schemes that Steve Spagnuolo shows, and obviously, like what he can do on a week-to-week basis in tailoring the game plan for the teams they're going up against, especially in playoff game plan mode. I am so excited to see, because if I pretended like I knew what Spags was going to do, I'd let the Bills call me and offer me a lot of money for me to share that wisdom, because I don't know what it's going to be, but I know who Steve Spagnuolo is, so I have some guesses. So what Seth was sort of alluding to is all these crazy blitzes he's bringing. Hey, L'Jarius Sneed, this time go ahead and move in, come back to the slot. Remember what it was like to play in the slot? Come on back in and just go to Josh Allen. Just at the snap, your only job is go hit Josh Allen. Whatever it is that happens here, they have the best blitzing corners in football between him and Trent McDuffie. And then you mentioned Stephon Diggs. If they have L'Jarius Sneed stick on Stephon Diggs again this time through, it's advantage Chiefs. And I don't think that's homerific. I don't think I'm wearing my Kansas City colored glasses. L'Jarius Sneed has been outrageous, and he beat Stephon Diggs last time. It wasn't even. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn there. I don't think anyone would say. I don't have the stat lines in front of me, but Diggs did not want to be lined up across from L'Jarius Sneed by the third quarter of that game. So anyway, to Josh Allen himself, obviously doing whatever you can to limit what he can get from his weapons is huge. And I think the Chiefs secondary, even without Brian Cook, which was a legitimate loss, and I think the Bills game was the first game that Edwards was starting in his stead, and the safety group has gotten better as Reed and Edwards and rookie Shamari Connor. Keep an eye on Shamari. I think you're going to like Shamari Connor if you're not already acquainted.
Okay.
He's got a little bit of Sneed gene in him, so kind of like a tweener who's been a safety, more safety, but he can come up in the slot a little bit, and he's grown a ton this rookie season. He's a really fun player. But that group has taken some steps. I think a lot of it's going to be about Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquil, though, and I wonder how often they'll be on the field together. I wonder how often they'll be the two linebackers on the field together, then Willie Gay as the third. Whatever they're going to try to do, and the tight ends are going to be a problem. Like that's a huge factor in all this we haven't really talked about yet. But I think if Spags can show Josh Allen a couple of things at times he hasn't seen before, just to get that half second of hesitation, then that opens up the other trickeration that Spags is always trying to do. Games up front, games in the secondary, games off of the edges. I think he's got to try to keep Josh Allen in his head a little bit, because when Josh Allen is playing free football the way he wants to, he is as good as anybody, Mahomes included. Like that, the best of Josh Allen is the best of football. But you get those Josh Allen chaos moments. You find a couple of times a game that you can get him to do something totally inexplicable on first down, and everything is back there in front of you again. So I think that has to be the goal for Spags. I think the actual way he takes those steps to get there are going to be fascinating to watch.
I'm thinking of this Pat Peterson blitz, or he had a clear shot at Josh Allen this past weekend. He just missed. Like, it is easy. You think you have this guy broken down, and he just sticks that back foot, lets it fly by, and he's gone. I mean, it could just come down to tackling,
which
football,
they're great at.
Blocking
that
and
is
tackling.
Something the Chiefs have.
If you send that corner, yeah.
It was something about the Dolphins running game that did not stress me out in either the Germany game or last week that does stress me out a little bit on the Chiefs' behalf for the Bills here is the Dolphins want to do all of that stuff they can horizontally. Go ahead and run at McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed or Jalen Watson or Joshua Williams, whoever the third corner ends up being. It is a physical tackling group of corners. That might not help if you're running down the middle.